Great. Good afternoon, Kendall. Thank you so much for allowing me to record this portion of the interview. We have been chatting a little bit about your experience, what you've done, and kind of what you're looking for right now. So I do want to preface your resume. So you have about 7 years legal experience.
Mhm.
All right, great. And that was in elder or estate planning. And then you had to take a little bit of a work hiatus, and but you kept active. You did
Mhm.
a substitute teaching for Port Orange, Volusia County. You did that as needed. And then when you were ready to get back to work in 2025, you have been a payroll specialist and office administrator for a large property management company in Volusia.
Correct.
Okay. But ideally interested in getting back into the legal field.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, perfect. So I understand you were the sole employee for 2 offices. So that
Mhm.
can be one of 2 things. It can be it was a very slow office and they didn't need the help, or it could be that, wow, it was a crazy office and you were multitasking and busy all the time. So I'm going to let you answer that question and take the floor and tell us a little bit about what you've done there.
Okay. So yes, to preface that, we were a very, very busy office. We actually started when I started there. We had 4 offices. We had the Villages. We had Orlando, Port Orange, New Smyrna. So like every Wednesday we would travel together and go to the Villages, and then little by little we, cut our offices down just to Port Orange and New Smyrna because she was new to our area. So we, you know, kept the other offices open just to get clientele. But once we built the business down here, it was a lot to travel. So we stuck with New Smyrna and Port Orange. But yes, it was very, very busy. I was the only employee. We did have someone who would come in on Mondays and Thursdays just as for estate planning, you need 2 witnesses and a notary. So I was the notary, the attorney was one witness, and I just hired just this girl. She would just come in for the signings, literally stamp her name, and she would go sit in her car until the next one. So we were movers and shakers for sure.
All right. Tell me about your day. What did it look like as the senior legal assistant slash paralegal? And you say that we were not calling the position paralegal, but you were doing paralegal duties just because you
Correct.
didn't have your full certification.
Correct.
Okay.
So typical day I would get to the office about 8:30. The attorney wouldn't get into the office and start seeing clients till 10. So that gave me a little time to get our day together. Like I said, Mondays and Thursdays were our signing days. So I had that extra set of hands, just to make copies for me or something while I would answer questions for the clients. But we did signings on the hour, every hour. So we were definitely on a time crunch, but not rushing the client. But in the meantime, while I could sit in with them, she could answer the phones, take messages, and I would just call them back. The rest of the days, Wednesdays, the attorney was not in the office. It was just me. And that's when I would take in all of our probate clients. So I would meet with them, do their intake with them, get beneficiaries, go through the whole thing. Probates were solely mine. I don't know if this is a positive or a negative, but the attorney, when the file was mine, the attorney would never opened it, couldn't tell you who the client was. So from start to finish, that was solely me only in probates. And we had
Okay.
quite a few.
Well, I think that sounds like they trusted you. So you must have gotten yourself, you must have proven to do that. Was that always that way, or was that after you established trust?
Yeah, about a year into it,
Okay.
I started doing probates.
Okay, gotcha. How did you get involved in with that job? Did you have legal experience before?
I did not. I actually went to her to get my will done.
Oh, okay, that's a
So
cool story.
yeah, so, and she was new to the area, she's like, if you know anybody, and I started thinking about it, and I was like, it sounds interesting. I could probably get into the legal field, and it just evolved from there.
Okay, and that was like almost 7, 8 years, you said, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. So that piqued your interest with the legal. would you say it was high volume as far as the amount of cases that you were managing once she got established and was busy?
Yes, I would say that. We also, just from advertising word on the street, we also took on something called Hyatt Legal. I'm not sure if it's still called that now. I've, been out of the loop for a little while, but
Yeah.
it's like a little extra insurance through your employer where you could get like legal advice. So we added that caseload onto us too, where it would cost the client $0. It just went through their employer. So after that, we started taking those cases. We got very busy.
Okay. How are your computer skills?
Good.
Okay. What softwares did you use?
For
Or
like
do you
estate
use that?
planning or in general.
Just in general, like, are you like Excel, like that you enter just data, or can you do anything advanced in Excel?
Excel is not my friend.
Okay, that's fair.
That's
Fair
the
enough.
only
Thank you for
one.
being honest.
That's the only one. I do use it for our payroll, and that's me by myself currently, so I can do it. I can see the formulas in there, but I don't ask me to make a formula because it's not going to turn out, I assure you. But
Okay.
everything else, I'm good.
All right, fair enough. Did you use any type of legal software when you were at your previous role?
Yes, we used Westlaw and Prevail.
Okay, perfect. Perfect. And then Microsoft Office, Google. Have you
Yes.
used Google? Okay,
Yes.
perfect. And then and you have your do you have your degree or working towards?
Working towards.
Okay. And so you were doing e-filing, estate planning. I was just checking to see if I missed anything here. And then payroll, which is great. What did you use QuickBooks with, or is that your current position now?
That's current now. Again, it's not my favorite, but I
Okay.
can do it.
Okay, gotcha. So now you're doing the payroll. You have about 60 employees?
More than that now because we just took on 2 new associations. So I would say we're about 80, 83, give or take right now.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay. Payroll onboarding. So you're basically are you right under the owner?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay. All right. Well, let me go ahead and stop this part of the interview, but don't go anywhere. We got a few more things to talk about.
Okay.